Bikes today come in a very wide range of price points, from sub $500 department store bikes to exotic bikes that cost as much as an acre of land in some places. There are many factors that differentiate a cheap bike from an expensive one. But there is one factor that correlates pretty consistently across most bikes. And that is, as the price goes up, the weight generally comes down. But does the weight of the bike really matter? In this video, we're going to see how much weight, or lack thereof, impacts performance of a mountain bike. Our test bike is this Polygon Syncline Hardtail 29er. This is a budget-friendly carbon fiber cross-country bike. Out of the box, with tubes and stock tires, this bike weighs in at 28 pounds without pedals. Our baseline setup will be a WTB Vigilante and Trail Bus tire combo setup tubeless, which brings the weight down to 26 pounds. The test course. This roughly 6.5 mile loop has a mix of terrain with plenty of ups and downs and traverses. With our baseline setup, I maintained an average overall speed of 9.9 miles per hour on this test loop. My goal is to break a 10 mile per hour average speed, which should allow me to be more competitive in races. It's also something I haven't achieved on these trails, well, ever. The next phase is to reduce the rotational weight. We're going to install a set of WTB Proterra light wheels. These are lightweight alloy wheels that I picked up for about $360 on sale. The WTB tires are more of a trail tire and a bit heavier than I need for XC. So we're going to switch those tires out for a set of Teravail EhLine in 29 by 2.3. These are lightweight, fast-rolling tires with a supple casing that have become a personal favorite of mine.
Woo, that one sounds good.
After swapping the wheels and tires,
25.2 pounds or 11.43 kilograms. Woo, baby. That's just changing the tires and the wheels.
the bike now weighs just over 24.2 pounds without pedals. Back to the test loop. This time I was able to break the 10-mile-an-hour barrier. In fact, I smashed through it, averaging 11.1 miles per hour. That's a substantial gain for just changing two components. If I gained that much off the wheels and tires, I wonder how much faster I'll be if I upgrade everything. It sounded like many of you were curious as well, because I polled you all a while back to see what upgrades I should do to this bike. And the majority of you wanted to see it all upgraded. So that's what we'll do.
in this box right here is the replacement fork. It's a RockShox, and you're probably going to guess what it is. This is the, let dumb way to unveil this. It's the SID Ultimate Raceday. It's got 35 mil stanchions, remote lockout, and everything has been designed to shave weight. It's hollowed out on the bottom. It doesn't even use a it doesn't use a knob. It actually just uses an Allen key for the rebound. And you can definitely feel the weight difference. So let's weigh it. Full steer tube, uncut still. Let's see what this weighs compared to the Fox 32. Fox 32 weighed in at 1,700 and some grams. Let's see what this is. Come on. Ooh, baby. 1,545 grams, or 1.5 kilos.
Alright, here it is. Every part on this bike except for the cranks and the brakes have been upgraded. Let's take a look at what we did. I changed the drivetrain. Wait, what? Yes. The SLX was perfectly fine, but I found that I didn't need that big a range of gears. So I opted for a smaller range SRAM GX 11-speed drivetrain. Instead of a 10 to 51 tooth cassette, I am now downgrading it to a 10 to 42 tooth cassette. The smaller cassette will weigh less, and I'll still have enough gear to get me through most cross-country trails. The next upgrade is the RockShox SID Ultimate Raceday. This is a 120mm fork with 35mm stanchions and a remote lockout. This fork is ultra lightweight, but it's still beefy enough to handle aggressive terrain. I swapped out the handlebars for this set of Yeti carbon bars that I got cheap years ago. They're significantly lighter than the stock aluminum bars. And for the final upgrade, I added this race face carbon seat post I bought on eBay a few years ago. It might be a counterfeit, but I'm not sure. But one thing I am sure of is that it's ugly, but it is very light, so we'll go with it. Now, these upgrades are not cheap, but I did in fact get them cheap with careful planning and shopping. I'll go through the cost breakdown later in the video. The big question is, how much does it weigh now?
All right, let's get this baby on the scale. It feels so light. All right, here we go. We are at no pedals. I took the pedals off. Yes. 22.88 pounds with aluminum wheels, a cheap cassette, a fake knockoff seat post. That is amazing. 22.88 pounds.
22.88 pounds. Not bad. So with even less weight, I should be even faster. So let's hit the test loop again, shall we? remember earlier in the video, the previous average speed was 11.1 miles per hour. So how fast are we now? Are you ready for it? Average speed. You ready? 11.1 miles per hour. Comparing the times, the first run with just wheels and tires upgraded was 34 minutes 41 seconds. The second run with everything upgraded was 34 minutes and 40 seconds. I shaved 1 second off my time, which was a fraction of average speed. So all those extra upgrades I did, which yield another 1.3 pounds of weight savings, did not yield me any appreciable gain. So we've essentially reached the point of diminishing returns. So from here, I would need to improve my power and fitness to make any additional speed gains. But wait, that doesn't mean that there's no benefit to that extra 1.3 pounds that we lost. While it didn't give me a faster average speed, that additional reduced weight will allow me to maintain that average speed for longer. If you're in a competitive division, that 1 second saved could be the difference between winning and losing. Let's go over the cost breakdown. The wheels were $360 for the set. The tires, $120, for a total of $480. That change alone netted me nearly 4 pounds of weight savings and a gain of 1.2 miles per hour. The remaining upgrades ended up costing me a lot more. The drivetrain cost me about $200. The Yeti carbon bars are from the parts bin but would cost about $150 new. The SID Ultimate fork retails for $1,000, but it can be found heavily discounted if you shop for it. I paid $500 for mine. The carbon seat post is another parts bin item, but expect to pay about $150 for a new one. If you paid full price for everything, that additional 1.3 pounds of weight savings will cost you a whopping $1,500. With careful shopping and using old takeoff parts, my actual cost was $700. So what do we learn from this exercise? Well, the biggest performance gains will always come from upgrading to lighter weight tires and wheels. And it doesn't have to be an expensive set either. And I'll go even further and say a simple change of tires may be enough to give you an appreciable performance gain. Everything else is a matter of fitness and skill. I hope you enjoyed this leg of my journey. Thanks for watching.